Hi, everybody. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network at thepulsenetwork.com. Never too early to talk college football Heisman Watch. Here from collegefootballgeek.com, Todd DeVries. Todd, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Let's talk some Heisman.
Let's talk some Heisman. So let's dive right into the Heisman. College football season is still far enough away, but let's talk about the award in general. This used to be a running back award, but 10 out of the last 12 years, quarterbacks have won this award. But really, when you come down to it, this award's all about a popularity contest, isn't it?
It really is. You know, it helps tremendously to be on the radar in the preseason, which is why we're going to talk about 5 of these players right now. If you're on the radar in the preseason, sprinkle in some showcase games that everybody's watching, you have a great chance to win the award. If your team is in the national title hunt at the end, you have a huge advantage.
All right, so let's dive right into it and give the top 5 candidates, according to collegefootballgeek.com and you, Todd DeVries, for the Heisman Watch as of right now at the beginning of the summer here. Let's start with number 5, and we go to West Virginia and Geno Smith, a 3-year starter there now. I mean, has he got a legitimate shot at winning the Heisman?
He's more of a dark horse shot here, Butch. Now that the case with West Virginia, his candidacy for this award is going to depend heavily upon the success of his team. And I think West Virginia has an excellent chance to be undefeated heading into the November slate. If they're undefeated and before they play Oklahoma State, he's going to have the numbers to back up his Heisman Watch. He's going to have probably close to 5,000 passing yards. He's going to throw for close to 40 touchdowns. All of his playmakers are back. It's all going to hinge upon West Virginia's success, but I think they're going to be right in the hunt come November.
So like RG3 and Baylor last year, even though West Virginia is a lesser school, no disrespect intended, he's got a shot.
He does have a shot. And again, he's going to be on the preseason radar, which helps tremendously as well.
Marcus Lattimore, the running back from South Carolina, you have at number 4. Now, he was a preseason Heisman favorite last year. Of course, he had an injury. Last guy from South Carolina to win the Heisman, and the only one, George Rogers.
That's right.
Lattimore's a favorite, isn't he?
Absolutely. He is the most complete back in the entire country. Now, he had a great freshman campaign 2 years ago. Last year, suffered an ACL injury. He's supposed to be fine heading into this season. He plays for an SEC school. The Heisman voters love that. And South Carolina is going to be kind of laying in the weeds. They're a borderline top 10 team as we head into the season. If he has South Carolina in the SEC title hunt come the end of the year, he'll be right there in the Heisman mix.
The number 3 preseason Heisman candidate, according to Todd DeVries and collegefootballgeek.com, is Denard Robinson out of Michigan. And I got to believe, Todd, that you have him as number 3 because of the dual threat quarterback. If there's been a trend of 10 out of 12 of the last Heisman being quarterbacks, there's been another trend of dual threat quarterbacks. There's been Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Vince Young. I mean, on and on and on. RG3. Dual threat quarterbacks have won the Heisman Trophy.
Yep, and then over the past 2 years, Butch, he's rushed for 2,875 yards. Those are eye-popping numbers. Those Heisman voters love highlight reels. They love those signature runs, and he will provide plenty of them. Now, Butch, the key with Denard Robinson is September. Michigan gets Alabama to open the season in what will be one of the biggest showcase out-of-conference games in the entire country. And then, of course, they'll play Notre Dame later in September. Those 2 games, if Michigan can get through those 2 games, I believe he will be the front runner heading into October for the hardware.
Well, and think about it here. You've got Denard Robinson as number 3 on your preseason Heisman. If they open up the season with a bang against the national powerhouse and Robinson plays great, he's the number 1 Heisman candidate for the first week.
Absolutely. Right out of the gate. Now, can he get through those 2 games? We'll see, especially that Alabama game. That's going to be tough. But even if they lose a close one to Bama and he plays well, he'll still be in the mix.
All right, Todd, let's go to the top 2 candidates for preseason Heisman for college football that you have. And number 2 is Montee Ball from Wisconsin. The latest I would call unheralded or substance over style running back out of Michigan. But when you look at substance, I mean, 39 touchdowns last year to tie Barry Sanders' college record for touchdowns in a season. But really, isn't his lack of pizzazz going to hurt him when it comes to Heisman voting?
The lack of pizzazz will hurt him. The system running back label that he will be given, because Wisconsin always churns out running backs, right? That will hurt him a little bit as well. But what will help him is everybody knows who he is. And again, this is a popularity contest. He put up 1,923 rushing yards last year. You mentioned the 39 touchdowns in one season to tie the immortal Barry Sanders. And Butch, there is precedence here. Ron Dayne did the same kind of thing a couple years, I guess we're talking 15 years ago now. But Ron Dayne won the award doing the same type of thing. So there's precedence here. Montee Ball, and also their schedule, the Badgers' schedule, very favorable this year. They avoid Michigan. They have to go to Nebraska. All the other tough games are at home. Their non-conference schedule's a joke. He's going to rack up the yards, and they're going to be, a 1 or 2 loss team at the end of the year.
I don't know how he finished 4th in the Heisman behind RG3, Luck, and Trent Richardson with 39 touchdowns. The number 1 favorite for the Heisman is everybody's favorite, Todd, and that's no insult to you. It's Matt Barkley, the quarterback out of USC. Their national title tenders this year. He is the preseason favorite, just like Andrew Luck was last year. He's back for his senior year. Will all this favoritism hurt him when it comes to going into the season?
I don't think so. I think if he had come out last year, he would have been a top 10 pick in the NFL. He's the most recognizable player returning to the game. This is a popularity contest. He threw for 3,528 yards last year, a nice 39-7 touchdown interception ratio. He has the best pair of wide receivers in the country to throw to, Robert Woods, Marquise Lee. And he has 2 showcase games in November, Butch, Oregon and Notre Dame. The voters love that last couple of weeks before they place their votes. He's going to have a great chance to win the Heisman this year. And on top of all that, I believe USC will be in the national title mix all season long. He's definitely the front runner. There's no bones about it.
Your top 5 preseason Heisman Trophy candidates, according to collegefootballgeek.com, are Matt Barkley of USC, Montee Ball, the running back out of Wisconsin, Denard Robinson, the quarterback out of Michigan, Marcus Lattimore, the running back out of South Carolina, and Geno Smith, the quarterback out of West Virginia. He's Todd DeVries. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network at thepulsenetwork.com. That is a look at your preseason Heisman watch.